Hello YouTube, Sam here from youtube.com/onlivegamer for the new Boston, and in this tutorial we're going to be talking about initializing arrays with values. Now, if you remember from the previous tutorials, we created an array called string classes, and then when we went through and we assigned a value to each one of those, we assigned a value to each one of the indexes in that array. Now this could take a lot of time, and there's an easier way to do this by adding those values to the array when you initialize the array. So we'll go ahead and open up our arrays project. We'll go ahead and zoom in some, and we will find string classes right here. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to come down here and find form1 load, and you can see under form1 load it takes all of our indexes and string classes and it sets a value to them. Now we don't need this. We can go ahead and assign it so that when the program is built, it's automatically that all of the strings in the indexes of string classes already have a value, and they aren't set at form1 load. They are just there. So we'll go ahead, and to assign values, you declare your array as string or int or whatever you want, and then you add 2 curly braces. And now you're going to have to, since we're using a string, we'll go ahead and type web design for the first index, which is going to be 0. And now to set the value for the second index, what you're going to do is you're going to add a comma. So then we'll type Spanish, chemistry, English, history, and calculus. So now we have all 6 of the items in string classes set to a value. Now when we set the values for this, we're no longer going to need the number under string classes, which is, it's going to give us an error. So if we take out 5, it's going to see that we assign this, and when we assign it, it's going to say we're going to use 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is 6 items, and it's going to automatically know that instead of having to look at what we specify right there. So if we run this, we should get the same results as last time. We can do whatever we want and it'll still work. Now we can also do this with integers. So we'll just go ahead and type private string or int, let's just do my numbers as integer, and we'll go ahead and assign each value in there. So we'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So instead of using string classes in here, we can go ahead and type my numbers. So this should make it a little bit easier for you guys to see what's going on. And looks like we're getting an error here. So instead of string for our add items to list, let's go ahead and make another add items, and we will use coercion. So private sub add items to list, and we're going to use argArray as integer. So instead of string, we will just do integer, and we will copy this right here. So now we have 2 copies of add items to list, and we can pass an array as a string or an array as an integer, and it will still work. So we'll go ahead and minimize that. And if you don't know what coercion is, then you might want to go back and view that in one of my earlier tutorials. So let's go ahead and do my numbers right there, my numbers, and we'll go up here and get this one that we missed. And we'll go ahead and delete all this right here because we don't need it. And now let's go ahead and run our program. So you can see here that we can go ahead and click add array elements, and we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now if we click sort array, it's not going to change anything. And if we click reverse array, we get 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if we click sort array, what it's going to do is, since this is of type integer, it's going to sort it in numerical order. Now when we use string or character, it's going to sort it in alphabetical order. So we can reverse that and click sort, and it'll set it back in numerical order. So go ahead and you can create this program that we've just made and add the stuff that I added. Here's a look at our add items to list. You can pause it right there if you don't know what's in there. And then go ahead and make some arrays, initialize them with values already, make them of other types besides string and integer, so you can get some more practice with them. And once you got that down and you're not going to forget it, go ahead and move on to the next tutorial, and thanks for watching.